Am I gonna die? What's up, you guys? My name is Antoine and welcome to my channel where I like to talk about investing, real estate, as well as lifelong learning. If that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notifications. Now, we've all been on WebMD and tried to self-diagnose ourselves so we don't have to go to the doctor. But after a while, you decide that you probably do need a professional's opinion. And sometimes we go and they give their professional diagnosis, and it turns out you just need some R&R and some fluids, but you still are left with the cost of it. And we have to pay a premium for that kind of knowledge. And I know I myself struggle with going to the doctors unless I really need to. I don't really go in for checkups. I typically just go in if I feel like there's something wrong with me. But if I do, ideally I'd want to pay for it with an HSA. So what is a HSA? Or a HSA? Yeah, don't call it that. But an HSA is a health savings account. And with this account, you're able to save for medical expenses as well as deducting your taxable income. So say you make $50,000 a year and you've put about $3,000 to your HSA. Well, then you'll only be taxed on making $47,000 a year, and that'll save you about $600 in taxes. A lot of younger people opt for this because the premium is lower, meaning everything you pay per month, the amount is lower, but the deductible is higher. So every time you do go, you have to pay a higher amount. And typically younger people don't go to the doctor as much, so they wouldn't have to pay the high deductible as often. The HSA is also referred to the triple tax advantage because the money you put into it isn't taxed. As your money grows and it has gains, that isn't taxed, as well as when you go and you pay for medical expenses, that also isn't taxed. But an HSA isn't exactly for everyone because you have to be in a high deductible health plan in order to be eligible, and the plan has to be an HSA eligible plan. And those HSA eligible plans are defined by the government and they're changed every year, as well as the requirements for them. But for 2020, a high deductible health plan is any plan with a deductible with at least $1,400 for an individual or $2,700 for a family. While the yearly total out-of-pocket expense can't be more than $6,900 for an individual and $13,800 for a family. Your high healthcare deductible can also take care of 100% of preventative in-network services before you satisfy your deductible. So if you're generally healthy and you rarely go to the doctor and it's only for screenings or checkups, then this is a very good plan for you to kind of have, because a high deductible health plan could save you some money. Now, if you're curious to see what kind of preventative services and screenings would be included in those plans, I'll definitely leave that in the link down below, so check that out. So some things you can withdraw from your HSA without having to pay any sort of penalty or fee are things like deductibles, copay, and even things like acupuncture or a chiropractor. Those are all things you could pay out of your HSA. And since your HSA rolls over from year to year, after a while you could have yourself a pretty solid nest egg. And it also allows you to pay for medical expenses for immediate family members as well. And once you get over 65, there's no penalty for withdrawing from your HSA for non-medical uses. But you still have to pay income tax on that money. But it basically turns into like an IRA. And as of 2020, you're able to put about $3,550 towards your HSA if you're an individual. And now if you're in a family, you're able to put up to $7,100 per year into your HSA, and a family could just be one other person. Well, one quick con about an HSA account is that you may be a little more reluctant to go to the doctor because you don't want to spend money out of that account, and this could just lead to problems down the line, you having to pay for an even bigger procedure. As well as some HSA accounts have monthly fees as well as maintenance fees or pay per transaction fees, so definitely read up on your HSA and see kind of how they're able to finesse these fees out of you to make sure they're not taking out all your hard-earned savings. So a high deductible health plan when you're in your 20s or early 30s, if you don't have that many health issues, is definitely the most ideal plan when paired with an HSA. And as always, thanks for watching, you guys. I had to do a little bit of homework to kind of brush up on an HSA because I kind of had an idea of what it exactly entailed, but I wanted to make this video very concise so you'd get a better idea of it. And if you guys could hit the like button for all of my efforts toward this video, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you could share this video with someone who's trying to figure out what kind of health plan works for them, that would be amazing. And I'll see you guys in the next one.